It has been 25 days since the last time the Rio Grande Valley Toros played a game, and tonight they welcome in the Austin Bold here at HEB Park in Edinburgh, Texas. This game presented to you by HEB. I'm Josh Toll, and with me is Jose Rodriguez. And Jose, Rio Grande Valley looking for that first win of the year, and they look to take it from Austin Bold, who right now sits second in the Group D standings.
Absolutely, Josh. You know, it's been a while for RGV, but every time you step on the field, it's an opportunity to win. This team has been working really hard alongside the coaching staff, and they have had a couple of challenges, maybe more than that this year, but tonight they're back and they're ready to fight for the first win of the year.
2 matches postponed for the Rio Grande Valley Toros, so you know they are raring up and ready to go, going up against an Austin Bold squad who needs to win and get 3 more points as they make that playoff chase. And for Rio Grande Valley, they're looking to spoil the fun of Austin Bold, but more importantly, they're looking to get their first 3 points of the season, especially on a night like tonight when they have fans in the crowd, a little bit under 10% capacity. But what a night we have ahead for you as Rio Grande Valley hosts Austin Bold. When we return, we'll have lineups from HEB Park.
DHR Health is now safer than ever and continues to remain focused on one thing: providing exceptional care to our patients and community. No other hospital is trying harder to keep you safe. We're taking every action to ensure your safety with enhanced precautions, including 3 off-site COVID-19 units. Your health should never wait. Don't delay your health care. There is no reason to. Schedule your appointment today. DHR Health. For you, for life.
At Bird Ogden and Fiesta dealerships, we continue to make our facilities safer. We are using hospital-grade disinfectants to sanitize customer waiting areas. We are sanitizing every vehicle before and after each use. Safety is our top priority. Together, we will get through this.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow,
creating more jobs
and more opportunities for all of us.
Working together.
Together,
we do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
Just a matter of moments away before Rio Grande Valley and Austin Bold kick. But right now, for these 2 teams, 3 points on the line. Tonight's game is presented to you by Bud Light Seltzer. Our lineups today presented by Obregon. We'll begin with Austin Bold.
It's a 4-3-3 formation for Austin with Restrepo on goal in the middle of the field. A little bit of a combination between youth and experience with Omar Cis and Sonny Guadarrama. Up top, it's Billy Forbes who gets all the attention with 6 goals already scored this year.
A different look tonight for Marcelo Serrano as they try to make a push for the playoffs, but you always got to watch out for Billy Forbes and Ostas Diaz up top. For Gershon Echeverry, this will be his 11 that he brings out tonight for Rio Grande Valley.
Well, for the home side, a 4-3-3 formation as well, with Kyle Ein on goal. Robert Castellanos is not in the lineup, and so Robert Coronado moved to the center back position. Juan Carlos Azocar is making his USL Championship debut. He's 25 years old, out of Venezuela. And up top, we'll see Obregon and Edwards trying to create chances for each other.
Tonight's player to watch is presented by Rodeo Dental and Kimbo Kibato. He's the man to watch out for this evening.
I love to talk about Kimbo Kibato. He's only 19 years old. He's good with the ball, good moving forward. 10 matches played this year, 1 goal scored. and also a little bit of experience playing overseas in Denmark last year.
Tonight's Keys to the Game presented by Bert Ogden Auto. What do you have for us tonight, Jose?
Well, listen, if you're RGV, you have to trust the process. It has been a challenging year, but you're moving forward alongside with Gerson Echeverry doing a good job this year. And if you're Austin Ball, you have to keep fighting. You're almost there. You can see the playoffs. You're almost there, so keep fighting. Try to get 3 points tonight, and we'll see what FC Tulsa is doing. And maybe tonight you get that spot in the playoffs.
And now we will take a look at Group D standings. There you see Austin Bold tied with FC Tulsa, but right now, because of goal differential, just in front of FC Tulsa in that second spot.
Oh, it's going to be a beautiful finish. A lot of drama coming up in the next couple of weeks. You know, Austin Bold playing tonight, FC Tulsa as well. But, you know, RGV, a lot to play for tonight as well, trying to find that first win.
Another beautiful night at HEB Park. Fans and attendance for the first time this year. So an exciting night playing in front of the home crowd. First game at home since the end of August as we are underway. Austin Bold in the white kits, RGV in their orange kits. One of the things that Coach Echeverry talked about was because of the 2 games that were postponed, they've had very limited time to practice, just 2 days. We'll see how, well, one, they have rested legs, but really you got to wonder how much game shape they are in having 2 weeks off.
Yeah, it's going to be very important for them to limit the mistakes early on, right? You don't want to go into the match and already be behind the score early in the game. So they have to stay compact defensively and then try to move forward, you know, easily, trying to find some easy passing lanes.
This is the 3rd match between these 2 teams, the final one as well for Austin Bold. They have won every game so far this year against Rio Grande Valley. They are outscoring the Toros 7-3, but Rio Grande Valley trying to change that this evening. Austin Bold sitting at that second spot. They're looking for their 2nd straight year to go to the playoffs. Last year they finished 8th in the Western Conference as Restrepo plays this out, chested down. Omar Sis in control, diagonal ball. And heading that one back is Coronado. Different look with Castellanos out tonight for head coach Gershon Echeverry. So seeing a different back line here for Rio Grande Valley. Kyle Ian getting his 2nd start for the Toros in his first one against San Antonio, made 5 saves. There is Coach Gershon Echeverry. Always a joy to talk to on our coaches' calls. Austin Bold, they are coming off a scoreless tie against OKC Energy. As Restrepo plays this out. And that's going to hit off Rio Grande Valley and go out of play.
Yeah, if you're Austin tonight, Josh, you have to be aggressive, right? It's okay, you're playing on the road, but you're fighting for a playoff spot, and you cannot wait to see what RGV brings to the game. You have to just control possession, and, you know, in terms of the rhythm of play, you have to control the rhythm of play as well. Right now, it's a very important game for both teams, but for Austin, it's about, you know, all that work that they have done this year, and they have been thinking about making it to the playoffs, and for that, they're going to have to win tonight.
Coronado getting his 11th start, this season. He's 9th in chances created. This was going back to the start of the month. Again, have been off for the last 25 days as this is played over by Adams. Played inside to Murphy. Murphy in the circle. Coronado back to Murphy. Murphy playing it through. Edwards plays it inside. Obregon back to Edwards. First corner of the night here coming from Rio Grande Valley.
Well, good ball movement early on for RGV. The opportunity comes from the left side, but if you look all the way back to the right, it was Azúcar coming inside the box all by himself. Unfortunately, they were not able to turn the ball around, but a good start for RGV.
RGV wants to get off on that front foot. We were talking about this before the game. Most importantly, they need to play a full 90. There's been times that this season where they have those 20-minute lapses, and you cannot be lazy in a game against the Austin Bold. You have to have that focus intensity for the entire 90 if you want to get those 3 points. For Rio Grande Valley, first home game since August 28th against San Antonio. Restrepo on the season, 26 saves, 2 shutouts. Coronado turns away towards the touchline. Left-footed ball forward, Obregon. Obregon heads it up. He's looking for Juan Carlos Asokar. Asokar getting his first start in his debut with Rio Grande Valley. Played in the Venezuelan Premier League. Has over 155 appearances in Venezuela's professional league. There's a player signed at the end of August, really helped boost the attack. We'll see what he does here in his debut tonight.
Yeah, it's an interesting signing, especially because of the timing. But you know, if you have the opportunity to play in 2020 and show Gerson Echeverry that you're ready, you know, to be a part of this team and to help, you know, in the development of the team as a whole, and it's a good opportunity. And for Asokar, it's time for him to take advantage of this, of the couple of minutes maybe that he gets in the year. We're towards the end, and it's hard to adjust, but it's an opportunity for them, and he needs to take advantage of it.
Asokar made his professional debut at the age of 16. Plenty of professional experience. We'll see how that translates over here for Rio Grande Valley. Just 24 years old. Look at it, even though he's 24 years old, has plenty of experience. See what kind of leadership he brings up front as well. Javon Watson, the Jamaican, he'll play it back to his countryman, Jermaine Taylor. 3 Jamaicans on this Austin Bold roster, the other one being Ryan Thompson, the backup goalkeeper. Dioff plays it into the channel. Sent across, back post. Billy Forbes was near, but that finds its way out past the end line for the first corner of the night.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful to watch. You know, it's so simple, but so effective as well. Moving the ball quickly on the right side. It was a good cross from Troncoso, but unfortunately for Austin, Billy Forbes was not close enough to that ball inside the box.
Our corners brought to you by HEB. Driven in. Chance here. That was played to Dioff. Dangerous ball played in. Creative chance there for Austin Bold, but could not finish. Forbes takes deflection. Off the volley. And then you have Billy Forbes on the foul. Kibato, he was the man we talked about at the top of the show. Kibato, 19-year-old Canadian. You talked about it last year in the second division, the Danish second division. This stays in on the near touchline. Guadarrama plays it in with the right foot. That's going to find its way back to Ian, and he pops it into the sky. Dangerous ball back there, but Ian on his toes. Sis. Played out wide. Soto. He'll drop it back. That shot denied.
This is more what we come to expect from Austin, Josh. They're just dominating right now. And they're finding opportunities from the left, from the right side as well. Here's Soto once again.
This ball sent in and headed away by Carter Manley. Tomasi finds Sis. Sis will play it back to midfield. Austin controlling possession. Nice ball, but Troncoso is going to run out of room.
Yeah, it was a great idea. Just a little bit too late for Troncoso when he decided to make that run.
And as we've seen through the USL, our players to come in together at the center circle for 1 minute and 46 seconds to take a knee for Black Lives Matter. Third and final meeting between these two clubs. Rio Grande Valley here in their first home game since the end of August. Right now, you can see maybe the lack of practice having an issue here for Rio Grande Valley, as Austin Bold has controlled early and really put the pressure on the defensive third of the Rio Grande Valley Toros. High boot there, and that is going to draw the foul against Obregon.
Yeah, and you know, it's a challenging game for RGV. There's no doubt about it. Austin is in rhythm, in the middle of chasing a playoff spot, and RGV, you come, you know, having just a couple of days of training, and then you have to get on the field for an official match. It's going to be challenging, but you know, as the game goes on, they're going to gain some confidence, and they're going to remember what they have been working on throughout the year. They should be fine, but it's very important for them not to concede a goal early on.
Coach Echeverry talked about how this team needs to be organized here against Austin Bold, and they cannot give away chances. At the same time, he wants to be able to create. And of course, he talked about the importance of scoring. As we'll have another foul here, and a set piece coming for Austin Bold. Set piece here as Sonny Guadarrama steps up. Set piece is always a dangerous chance here for Austin Bold, as this is played in towards the spot. Nothing going there for Austin Bold. Austin last year finished 8th in the Western Conference. Meanwhile, RGV, they were 2 spots out from the playoffs. A much different year here in 2020 than it was in 2019. Pandemic playing a large role to that. You have to think normally players coming down from the Houston Dynamo. So a different look, a much younger squad as this is played over. Soto drops it off. Sis at the center. Taylor, he'll let this go to Restrepo, who plays it past midfield, headed on. Forbes giving chase. Manley right there for RGV. Forbes to the right, plays it in, and that one repelled away by Coronado. Another ball played back. Patience here for Austin Bold. Not trying to force any errant passes. Near turnover there, though. Manley. He'll play it forward. Long ball brought down by Obregon, but he can't control it, as that allows Troncoso to get back for the Austin Bold.
Well, you know, and it's interesting because, if you look at the ball from Manly, you would think, well, it's not a bad ball because if Obregon is able to control that ball, then you have a counterattack opportunity. But is that what RGV needs right now? I don't think so, because they need to hold on to the ball a little bit more, gain some possession. Right now, they're having the ball for 2 seconds and giving it away back to Austin, and that's trouble for RGV, especially early on.
Murphy slides by 2 defenders, plays it out wide. Obregon to his right. Loops it over. Good thought there by Obregon, but just could not connect with Murphy.
And we have seen that from Obregon throughout the entire regular season. He has not only been able to adjust to different positions, but, you know, he's good with the ball, and he's a good goal scorer, actually. But as well, sometimes he's looking for the assist, looking for his teammates to create chances, in this case for Kyle Edwards.
Obregon. Here's Edwards, the man you just spoke of. Obregon squeezes through, left-footed ball, but right at Restrepo.
Good shot. Very good shot from Obregon.
Chance here for Tumasi. Hoffman back. Dioff charging forward. And that one smothered by Ian, but he can't cover it up. Shot coming again. Ricochets off 2 players. And now cleared away by the Toros.
Well, it's interesting because it's the first time we see Austin being a little bit aggressive over on the right side of RGV, and we know Hoffman is not used to playing in that position. So maybe they have recognized that that is maybe the one part of RGV defensively that they have to attack.
Kibato. Foul there on Sonny Guadarrama. And then we'll have a foul in the circle.
So far, I really like what I see from RGV. You know, this is the shot from Obregon, left-footed shot. It's too easy for Restrepo, but, you know, right now the combination that RGV is putting out there in terms of how organized they are defensively and how they're moving forward, I think it's, you know, it's a good sign. It's not what you want to see, but you have to remember they have been off the field for a while, so it is a good start. Even though they're not dominating the game, it is a good start as long as they stay organized defensively.
Murphy. He'll bring this all the way back. Adams. Obregon. Coronado. Murphy. Diagonal ball. Kept in play. Manley steps forward, gets by Forbes. Just could see there. Osokar just unable to control the ball. We'll see how he begins to adjust in his first appearance with Rio Grande Valley.
Yeah, that's a good point, Josh, because, you know, it's one thing to train with your teammates, and it's completely different when you're in the game and you have the pressure of having an opponent in front of you. So, you know, it's right now where you try to put everything into perspective, that what you have done in the training sessions prior to the match. But in this case, for Azúcar, it's not only that, but also adjusting to the rhythm of play of a new league. This is his first opportunity in USL Championship.
And Tumasi will hand this over to Soto. Tim, can you turn off your mic? It's all good. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. You're all good. And then falling down is Obregon, but able to get up, but then loses possession. Just lost his footing. And allowed Sonny Guadarrama to get back on the ball for Austin Bold. Watson eludes Murphy. Watson, 88 appearances with the Jamaican national team. You also look at Jermaine Taylor, who has 99 for the Reggae Boys. From Koso here in the channel. Sends it in, and that's going to fall into the arms of Ian.
Good ball movement once again from Austin, moving the ball from side to side. Like you mentioned, you know, in the middle of the field, Watson is very important for this team. You know, it's that key component, moving the ball forward in the build-up, connecting not only the defenders but also the midfielders. It's quite an interesting position. You know, it used to be defensive-minded position, not anymore. We're asking more and more out of the what we used to call them the regular six in the soccer field.
Speaking of a six, here's Murphy. Going over the top, but just giving that one right back to Restrepo. For the Austin Bold on the season, 4-3-7, 19 points. They're in second right now with FC Tulsa just behind them in third. Of course, FC Tulsa playing right now against OKC Energy, and right now OKC winning that matchup 2-1. That one in the 60th minute.
We're gonna have to keep an eye on that match, because that, you know, it has a repercussion in this game, and during halftime, Austin might be able to know what's going on there and what they need to take that second spot in the group.
They'll know if ultimately 1 point will be of service tonight, or if they'll need to get 3. Obviously, every team wants to win, but of course, RGV looking to spoil the fun of the Austin Bold. They want to ruin their night tonight as they want to close out the season strong. And that was one of the things that Coach Echeverry talked about, is performing tonight and really focusing in on Austin Bold, really showing why that they should be in the USL, as there you're going to have a tough foul by Kibato.
You know, it's going to be interesting to see what Marcelo Serrano decides, whether he wants his players to know the result in Tulsa, or whether he just wants them to concentrate on RGV, because that could be a factor as well. You don't want to put more pressure than what you already have.
Set piece once again for Austin. This ball sent in and scooped up by Ian. This ball sent in, and that's going to go over the goal. Tonight's injury report brought to you by DHR Health. Both teams, no injuries to report. You always got to like when you see a healthy squad on both sides.
Absolutely. That's a report that we want to see every single game, Josh. No injuries.
It's one of those ones where you got fresh legs, you got healthy bodies. Now the question is, how do you perform for the full 90? Diop plays that in off of Adams. Another corner here, second of the night coming for the Austin Bold.
Well, so far we haven't seen Austin Bold taking advantage of set-piece opportunities. That's always important, especially when you're playing on the road. So we'll see if they try something new, because so far they haven't been able to put pressure defensively, especially when we move around and we see how many good players Austin has to execute players out of set pieces. Guadarrama is going to put a ball in, a very good ball in 90% of the time.
Left-footed ball, back post, goes well over, and Diop will not be able to catch up.
That's why I said 90% of the time. You got it, huh?
You're looking at this match. We talked about the implications for Austin Bold. There's still a few spots open in the playoff race. You have in Group B, as well as right here, Group D. Group E and Group G still not solidified on those final 2 spots. Ian getting his second straight start for Rio Grande Valley. Handball called against Austin Bold as Murphy will play this to Carter Manley. Manley last year with Ford Madison before coming over to Rio Grande Valley. Ford Madison, of course, in League One. Murphy finds Manley once again. Has Hoffman to his right, but he'll play this in. Looking for a Sokar as confusion on what we will have here. And we'll have a foul called against Austin Bold.
Was it an offside position? You know, it's interesting because the linesman never called an offside. There was a push from the back from Sokar.
Sokar also has international pedigree, as talked about. He's played in Venezuela. Now coming over here.
Well, yeah, definitely not an offside. There's a push. Just a little bit.
Just a little nudge in the back. Not a whole lot there, but enough to draw the whistle. Coronado. Kibato loses possession, but regains it. Manley. Martinez plays it into the channel.
Oh, beautiful.
Chance here, Sokar, and that one punched away by Restrepo. Sokar going near post, but a good save there from the Austin Bold keeper.
That's outstanding from RGV. Great combination, and it all starts with Sokar. Look at the ball, takes his time, and takes the shot, and as well, a wonderful save from Restrepo. But beautiful round of soccer from RGV.
This corner kick presented by HEB. The service. Edwards going up. Edwards scored his first professional goal in the loss to San Antonio. See how he factors in tonight as Antes Diaz springs the counter. What drama. And this good job on the tackle there, sliding through with Coronado.
Perfect timing from Coronado. And a great read as well, especially playing against Austin, a very good team in the counter attack with Billy Forbes. You don't want to give them more room than what he already had in that play, so very good call.
Of course, Billy Forbes leads Austin in scoring with 6 goals, but right behind him is Dioff with 4. They can give the back line a headache. Right now, though, RGV up to the task. Seen RGV here these last 5 minutes get a little bit more organized and creating a chance there the last time down. Something they'll want to build off. Sis. Okugo will play it back over. Soto looking for Forbes, but Manley are right there for the Toros.
You know, you can tell how the team, how RGV is gaining confidence as the match goes on, right? You saw the first 10 to 15 minutes, how they were concentrating on being well organized defensively. Now you can start to tell how they're being a little bit more aggressive.
Kibato wins possession. Murphy. Manley. Manley in the center back position. He's played both center back and outside back this year for Gershon Echeverry. Dioff. Forbes looking for Dioff, and right there is Adams, but offside flag is up against Austin.
Yeah, a little bit too late. I'm moving the ball onto the left side, looking for Billy Forbes.
The USL and its clubs thank the fans for their unwavering support this season. As a thank you, visit the new USLsoccershop.com between Friday and Monday to find a special discount code for your favorite club's online store. That's the new USLsoccershop.com to find a code to your favorite club's online store. Of course, the championship game this year will be on November 1st. For the first time, it will be on ESPN. Of course, it will also be on ESPN Deportes for the second straight year.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. I like that.
There you see the push from behind. Martinez drops it back. Forbes giving chase. Adams right there, and he'll play this all the way back to Ian. Dangerous pass, and Ian able to get there. Was he able to get there for a throw?
It looks like it's going to be a corner kick, Josh. You know, you want to stay away from those mistakes, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Now you have to move past it and, you know, keep your eyes on the ball right now.
An errant pass, you have to think when you haven't played a game in 25 days and you've had very little practice, you're going to see some of those mistakes. You just hope that those mistakes don't hurt you in the long run. Patrama plays it in. Edwards goes up, heads it, but rates Forbes. Plays it back, left-footed ball. That goes off of Edwards. And now we will have our hydration break here. And this opening 30 minutes for you, Jose, what have you seen from both these teams as you take a look back at the corner?
Yeah, well, you know, this is the last chance in the first half hour, but I think we have seen a lot of progress from RGV throughout the match, right? Like we mentioned before, they started a little bit slow, which, you know, it's completely normal. But as the match went on, they started to take a couple of chances, moving the ball on the right side, especially with Azocar. A very good showing early on for Azocar. And if you're Austin, you know, I guess you're a little bit surprised if you're Austin by what you have seen from RGV, because they look a lot better than we all expected after such a long break. So if you're Austin, you have to try to adjust as quickly as possible and find that goal. I think for Austin, it's very important to score early in this match. If RGV is able to score first, then a lot of pressure it's on Austin for the rest of the match.
Well, you talked about it a moment ago, the performance by Azocar. That's been the difference here for RGV. As we take a look at the Group D standings, Rio Grande Valley looking for that first win. They haven't had a win since the end of last season, nearly a year ago. For Austin Bold, they're trying to get at least a point, if not three, so they can push themselves further away from FC Tulsa, who just sits in that third spot.
Yeah, you know, it's really interesting. It's really interesting because with the group stage this year, you know, you have a factor that every single game, it has meaning. So if you're Austin right now, you're fighting for the playoff spot. But if you're RGV as well, you don't want to end the season with no wins. So, you know, it's a little bit of trying to carry some momentum onto 2021 as well.
FC Tulsa right now leading trailing 2-1 against OKC Energy. OKC Energy, another one of those teams eliminated, but looking to at least hurt the chances of FC Tulsa from moving on into the playoffs. Rio Grande Valley's last win coming the very last game of the 2019 season. They defeated the Portland Timbers 2. They won that game 2-1. Deshae Beckford had a goal in there, as well as Carlos Small, who had the other for RGV. That was 347 days ago.
It's incredible. Especially, you know, with the talent that we have seen from RGV. But sometimes, you know, it's one mistake. You play a great game for 70 to 75 minutes, and then you have 15 minutes in which you just go away from the game. And that's where the opponent takes advantage. And, you know, that's how you get into this this run of no wins in so long. But there's no doubt that, you know, in more than 300 days, we have seen some very good showings from RGV. They just couldn't get that result.
Exactly. They have had chances, just couldn't close out the games, and that's the most important thing, especially when you're looking at the professional level. You got to capitalize on those opportunities you get.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think that's the problem for RGV this year, not being able to capitalize on opportunities. And that's the key for the entire season, really, for them.
It's like we've talked to Coach Echeverry in the past. He's talked about how in college, many of these young kids, they get many chances, you're talking about 5 or 6, to put the ball away. Well, in the pros, it's much different. You got to capitalize that on your first or second try, because otherwise you might not get another.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think we've seen that this year, especially from players like McLaughlin and Purpa, you know, in their first year professionally. So, you know, that's how it goes, really. And that's how it goes for every single player. It doesn't matter the level. When you get that first opportunity, you know, you're going to make some mistakes.
Speed of play, another thing. Physicality of the game. Different adjustments that are made as you get older and you go against these professionals. And some of them, when you're playing that, are in their mid-30s. You look at Watson on this Austin Bolt team, who's 36 years old. Billy Forbes, nearly 30. As we'll have our first yellow card handed out.
Yeah, it's going to be a bad giveaway to start from Hoffman. And then, yeah, a very good call from the referee. That is a yellow card. It's a tough matchup as well for Hoffman on the right side. So the first yellow of the match.
One of the things that Coach Echeverry talked about with Ian Hoffman is he brings a boost of energy to this team. Really feels like he's looking for that breakout game, but he loves the way that he attacks and stays on defenders. Soto marching forward. Forbes loses possession. Murphy looking inside. Edwards has Obregon to his left. Edwards, though, just ran over the ball. Can he get back on it? He can't. And this is going to be a foul against Edwards.
Well, this is what we're talking about, Josh. You know, a missed opportunity. If Edwards is able to control that ball, it's a 2 versus 1 type of opportunity. Obregon on the left side and Edwards with the ball, but, you know, the touch wasn't there for Edwards this time.
Tomase. Steep angle, and that one off Adams. Adams saying last touch Tomase, and it did. So goal kick here for Rio Grande.
You know, it's always interesting under this 2020 brand of soccer as we see a replay of Tomase on the right side. Very good effort from Adams. You know, it's always interesting how teams react after the hydration break. And the adjustments that the coaches are able to make, you know, send a message to your players, get their attention more like you can do during halftime. Oh, bad giveaway.
Tomase looking to capitalize. Manley right there. Good job by Manley recovering. Tomase just outside now. A good job by Manley standing his ground there. It looked like Tomase and Austin Bold had a great chance to take advantage, but Rio Grande Valley coming up big. Watson, square ball. Soto lets it loose.
A good shot from Soto. And it's good to keep, you know, Kyle Iron honest that, you know, they can take that shot. You know, not only Soto, but Guadarrama. There's a lot of quality in this Austin side, and you know, like I was saying before, it feels like after the hydration break, Austin picked up a little bit the intensity, and maybe that's part of a message from Serrano, and that's something new. That's something that maybe we were not used to in years before. We had hydration breaks, but not in every single game, and now coaches can take advantage of those 2 to 3 minutes.
Well, yeah, and those hydration breaks, the amount of subs that are allowed to be used this year, that also changing things. So yeah, the tackle by Watson. Edwards, the player down for RGV. See if we might have our second yellow card handed out here, going to Javon Watson.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have, yep, there it is.
Watson not happy with it. Watson, plenty of MLS experience as well. As we take a look back to see how the foul happened.
Yellow card issued to Austin Bold FC, number 6, Javon Watson.
Yes, absolutely. Let me tell you, that's not only a yellow, that's borderline red.
I don't know what he was complaining about there. You can clearly see him running in to Edwards, getting that left leg out. Really flipped him over as the cold spray comes on.
Yeah, he makes contact with the ball, but he's too aggressive.
Kyle Edwards, in his first year with Rio Grande Valley, went to UT Rio Grande Valley. One of the things that Coach Echeverry talked about, though, was really how Edwards changed his diet coming in and how he took care of himself. So presence up front and athletic ability. He has a lot of skill. Again, another one of those players here for RGV just looking to break out as he's up and walking off. And he'll head over to the top of the area as a set piece will come here for Rio Grande Valley. Martinez looking for Edwards, gets his head on it, and scores the first goal as he collides with the keeper Restrepo. 2 straight games for Kyle Edwards with the goal.
What a ball from Isidro Martinez. We're talking about set pieces for Austin, but it's RGV who takes advantage of them. Hopefully Edwards is doing just fine after that collision with Restrepo. But look at that ball, and talk about putting the body out there for the goal. It's Edwards with the header.
Edwards right now, he got the goal, but he just can't catch a break when it comes to getting knocked down by Austin Poole. A moment ago, fouled hard by Javon Washington, and then on the goal, Restrepo comes in and runs in to Edwards. Both players down. Edwards, though, putting RGV on the score sheet first. His second goal of the year coming in the 42nd minute.
Listen, he'll recover and he'll take it because, you know, it's only his second goal of the season. And he knew what he was getting into as he was going for that ball. It doesn't even look like a header, but in the end, it's a goal, and that's all that matters for Edwards.
Edwards, you can see him holding his hip right there.
There he is.
Again, walking it off. Right now, he's looking for half to come so he can get a little bit more rest. Try to get his body to recover a little bit. 23-year-old, though, gets the first goal of the night. And now Rio Grande Valley with the lead in this one. Restrepo able to walk off under his own power, too, as he holds his stomach. Yeah, I think hopefully the collision just knocked out the wind of Restrepo. No intent by either player, obviously, there. Restrepo clearly trying to play the ball. Edwards able to get there first.
No, I think there's no doubt how much RGV wants to win this game. And it's going to be very important for them to close out the first half. It's a little bit over 2 minutes. Limit your mistakes and take the lead to the locker room and see what Gerson Echeverry has to say. He's going to be very happy with the first 45 minutes after such a long break.
One of the things that Echeverry talked about, how this team was eager and ready to play. And right now with the 1-goal lead here as we approach half.
It's an HEB corner kick.
Now the second corner for Rio Grande Valley as they look to add to their goal total here before half.
I'm sure, Josh, the FC Tulsa fans are celebrating right now. They're happy to see RGV taking the lead. And here's another chance Once again, out of a set piece opportunity for the home side.
Martinez sends it in. Adams was there in the vicinity, but last touch by Austin Bold. You can still see from the last hit, Restrepo struggling. More traffic in front of Restrepo. Martinez, back post. Manley went up for that, but just a little too tall as that falls into the arms of Restrepo.
Good ball from Restrepo. And it's interesting with Austin now trailing. It's a different game. A lot of things are going to have to change for Austin, regardless that they are not playing at home. They have to go for 3 points tonight, but you know they're facing an RGV side that they look like they're fighting for a playoff spot as well.
7 minutes of stoppage time. Our stoppage time is presented by Kappa. Coronado diving through that one to head it to Obregon. Hoffman gets by Sis. Pauses, waits for help. Adams out of New Zealand plays to Coronado.
Nice.
Just did a nice little sidestep to create space there by Coronado. Kibato then trips over. It looks like Tomase, I should say Okugo. And playing it quick as Coronado. Okugo was arguing with our referee. Okugo. Taylor, the captain. Soto. Down the line, but no one there for the Bold. That one into the outstretched arms of Ian. Ian, a solid 45 minutes here for Rio Grande Valley.
Yeah, you have to give a lot of credit to the goalkeeper. You know, Kyle Iron, he's not, you know, he hasn't had many opportunities to play with this team. But what we have seen so far, it has been very good. You know, able to help out his defenders, move around in the back line. That's part of the job of the goalkeeper.
Ian signed in late August. As this is played back to Martinez, but gives it right back to Forbes. Forbes splits two defenders. The shot takes a deflection off the crossbar. Still in play. Dioff. And then sit on the ground. Adams sends it away. And now a chance for RGV here to at least play it out to gather their breath. Take a quick look back here. Takes a deflection off of Manley.
Listen, Josh, this could be the night for RGV. You know, those deflections are very tricky. They usually end in the back of the net. Fortunately for RGV, this time is the ball hits the crossbar.
Hey, you'll take that luck every now and then when
right.
you can get it.
Yeah.
Good job by Hoffman reading that pass. They're going to call a foul. And you're looking at Rio Grande Valley. They want advantage of that. Hoffman has space to run. You have the early whistle against Taylor.
Yeah,
that's to draw the yellow.
Absolutely. I completely agree with RGV. That's a mistake from Gerald Flores. He shouldn't have stopped play. especially with Hoffman already moving forward and with control of the ball. Was not a good call. But in the end, it's a yellow card for Jermaine Taylor.
Third booking of the night. Coronado. Kibato. Goes wide. He was looking for Obregon. Probably had a better chance going inside to Edwards.
Yeah, I agree 100%, but as well, if you're Obregon, you have to go look for that ball. You cannot keep on waiting for the ball to get to you.
Tomase dragged down by Martinez. Game getting a little bit chippier here as the night goes on. So a couple of different hard fouls, some collisions. And a great look at Marcelo Serrano, the coach for Austin Bold. Watson sent that in, but well off.
RGV unable to clear that ball away.
Obregon looking to get by, still on his feet. Here it is, advantage. Obregon looking for Edwards. On the backside, there was a Solcar, but Restrepo right there at the 6 to grab that.
Well, first, a great effort from Obregon, showing strength moving forward after the foul. But also, as well, a good recovery from Austin defensively.
Like that, Obregon not going to the ground, giving himself a chance to send in a dangerous ball on the cross. Throw here late as time is winding down in the first half, and of course we'll have plenty for you at half. We'll have the dish, a look back at what's happened here in the USL. We'll have news and notes, as of course we will have highlights and stats for you. Plenty to watch, so plenty to stick around and watch here at half. Rio Grande Valley, though, with the 1-goal lead. Getting the goal from Kyle Edwards in the 41st minute, assisted by Isidro Martinez. And there is the final whistle to end the first half. Jose, your thoughts on the first 45?
Well, a very good half for RGV. A couple of adjustments early on. In the end, it's a goal by Kyle Edwards that ends up making the difference. And for Austin, a lot to improve. We'll see what the coaches have in store for us during halftime, but so far so good and so close, 45 minutes away from the first win for RGV.
Kyle Edwards with his second goal in 2 straight games. And they'll head to half up 1-0 against Austin Bold. Rio Grande Valley performing in front of the home crowd as fans are allowed tonight when Rio turn halftime here from HEB Park.
Take me out to the ball game.
Take me out to the couch.
Baseball or football or racquetball. We don't mind, we'll watch any at all.
'Cause it's root for the home team.
No way, we don't really care. We care. I care.
'Cause sports are finally back and there's a Bud Light.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow.
Creating more jobs.
And more opportunities for all of us.
Working together.
Together.
We do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
DHR Health is now safer than ever and continues to remain focused on one thing: providing exceptional care to our patients and community. No other hospital is trying harder to keep you safe. We're taking every action to ensure your safety with enhanced precautions, including 3 off-site COVID-19 units. Your health should never wait. Don't delay your health care. There is no reason to. Schedule your appointment today. DHR Health. For you, for life.
Welcome back. We are at half between Rio Grande Valley and Austin Bolt. The Toros up 1-0. And now we send it to Devin Kerr, who has the dish.
2 games, 8 goals. That's what separated the Pittsburgh Riverhounds and Hartford Athletic. Both wins coming for Bob Lilly's squad. But lest we forget, people, it's 2020. Hartford Athletic on the road. Ever Guzman fires it in the back of the net in the 36th minute. Bad touch on the outside by Patrick Bunk Anderson. Gets the touch wrong, doesn't get any help from the back line. That's trouble. Guess what? It is trouble because Hartford Athletic get the win. And with 2 games to go and only 1 for Pittsburgh, 5 bad for Hartford Athletic, they have the opportunity, if they win out, they get the #1 seed in Group F. Michael Novotny will step into goal midweek. Hartford has to go Philly 2, Red Bull 2, Pittsburgh get Philly 2 on the weekend. Stay with me. Louisville, St. Louis, Group E. St. Louis need a win. They need a win badly, but Speedy Williams scores his 4th goal this season. That's a career high. By the way, it's pretty easy when no one marks him on the back post. Louisville is most assuredly going to end up as the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference, right? Wrong. Pittsburgh Riverhounds still have a say about that. Charleston Battery, and oh, by the way, the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Louisville get a victory. Indy 11 gets a win midweek tonight. They knock out St. Louis FC hosting Indy on the weekend. Let's go to Group A because Reno and Sac can't figure out exactly who's going to take this one down. Now, Reno is 100% in the driver's seat, but understand this, 1-0 Sac win, 3-3 draw, 1-1 tie, and a 1-0 Sac win. They're 2-0-2. They are undefeated at this point in time against who? Reno 1868. Some quality goals here. Brent Richards gets in the 44th. Deco Kane on the 51st. Back and forth we go, and still is yet to be decided. Reno 1 point in their final 2 games, and they clinched. Let's go to the final one. I'll tell you right now, Phoenix Rising hosting Orange County SC. Professional performance by Phoenix Rising. That's all you need to know. Maybe not necessarily their best game, but managed to perfection from start to finish. Rufat Dadashov still thinks that he has a claim to the Golden Boot Award. He scores in the 37th minute. He's still chasing down his compatriot, Junior Flemings. Orange County would double back a couple times, but the way things sit right now in Group B, that #2 spot is up for grabs. Everybody chasing Phoenix. Phoenix is probably going to clinch the group. Los Dos, San Diego, Orange County all still have a say. Who wants it?
One to 0 is our score here at Edinburgh. When we return, we will have news and notes from around the USL.
Visit USLsoccershop.com this Friday through Monday to claim at least 20% off at participating clubs' online stores.
What a beauty! It's fantastic! Sensational! Fantastic! Any way you slice it. This one he puts away, fires and scores!
What an unbelievable strike.
Oh, what a goal! There's the shot, it scores! Attacking, shooting, and scoring!
The United Soccer League, and its 47th championship in League One clubs stand united in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can create change. Together, we are united against racism.
Visit USLSoccerShop.com this Friday through Monday to claim at least 20% off at participating clubs' online stores.
Rio Grande Valley up at the break, 1-0. Halftime presented by HEB as we take a look at the news and notes from around the USL. And race to the playoffs. 5 spots remain in Groups B, and this one in Group D, Group E, and Group G. Golden Boot race. Junior Flemings with 14 goals on the season. He looks to possibly wrap that up this week, and 2 players sitting with 11. Of course, the USL Championship final. First game in league history to air on ESPN. That final set for Sunday, November 1st, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. It will also be on ESPN Deportes. That will be the second time it is on ESPN Deportes. So plenty of great stuff here, Jose, as we look around the league. But that Golden Boot race, Junior Flemings, Dane Kelly with 11, and you have Rufat Dadashov, his Phoenix teammate, with 11 as well. As we look at the upcoming schedule, plenty more play to come here in the USL as this weekend gets a little bit busier.
Absolutely. We have been talking a little bit about Tulsa. You know, they're playing on Saturday against Colorado Springs Switchbacks, an interesting matchup as well. You know, RGV is going to be playing OKC. And one matchup that is very interesting to me, it's Phoenix and LA Galaxy 2. Los dos, a very exciting year for that team. And, you know, it's always hard to finish strong, but we have seen throughout the league how the excitement of the group stage is building drama. And I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Los Dos tied right now with San Diego Loyal in Group B. Landon Donovan's team trying to sneak into the playoffs. As we look at the scoreboard right now, FC Tulsa up on OKC Energy. They trailed in that one, but they're looking for an important 3 points to try to separate themselves from this team that we are watching here in Austin Bold as they are trailing right now 1-0. Colorado Springs Switchbacks in El Paso, that one's scoreless. Same with Real Monarchs and New Mexico. Another one to watch out for. You talked about Los Dos. Well, San Diego taking on Phoenix Rising later on.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were talking during the broadcast in the first half, Josh, about Tulsa being down to OKC and how that would affect Austin. And guess what? They have a bigger problem now because they are trailing RGV.
And then now we look at Group D standings. Right now, Austin Bold at 19 points, but it looks like FC Tulsa will jump ahead of them here if they can hold on to that victory. Rio Grande Valley looking for that first win, and it could possibly come tonight.
Yeah, and as well also with that game in hand, you know, it's tricky because you can think, okay, we have 3 points there, but you actually have to get on the field and then beat your opponent. So it's an interesting end to the year. I think the excitement is building up minute by minute.
Well, the last win for Rio Grande Valley came 347 days ago. They look to change that. We'll have highlights and stats when we return.
Take me out to the ball game.
Take me out to the couch.
Baseball or football or racquetball. We don't mind, we'll watch any at all.
'Cause it's root for the home team.
No way, we don't really care. We care. I care.
'Cause sports are finally back and there's a Bud Light.
DHR Health is now safer than ever and continues to remain focused on one thing, providing exceptional care to our patients and community. No other hospital is trying harder to keep you safe. We're taking every action to ensure your safety with enhanced precautions, including 3 off-site COVID-19 units. Your health should never wait. Don't delay your health care. There is no reason to. Schedule your appointment today. DHR Health. For you, for life.
At Bird Ogden and Fiesta dealerships, we continue to make our facilities safer. We are using hospital-grade disinfectants to sanitize customer waiting areas. We are sanitizing every vehicle before and after each use. Safety is our top priority. Together, we will get through this.
45 minutes in the books. Rio Grande Valley up 1-0 against Austin Bolt as we take a look at the highlights from the first 45 minutes of action.
Well, early on, it was RGV with some opportunities coming out of this left-footed shot from Obregon, a combination with Kyle Edwards, and then the ability to move around 3 defenders for Obregon and take that shot. And then another opportunity this time coming on from the left side from the off the shot. And it's Kyle Ein with the save. Another opportunity. Bouncing around is the ball, but it's RGB able to clear the ball away. Here's the shot once again from Diouf. Left-footed shot. Good effort from Diouf. But even better from Kyle Ein. Some ball movement now onto the right side for RGV. Suter with a right-footed shot. A great combination, and maybe the first time, Josh, that we saw that style of play from RGV, moving the ball a lot quicker. And here's a tough challenge from Watson, one of the yellow cards. And that led to the first and only goal of the match, a good ball from Isidro Martinez, and the header from Kyle Edwards, putting the body out there for that goal. And the last opportunity for Austin, the shot, the deflection, and then the ball hits the bar. Another opportunity from Watson, but in the end, no goals for Austin. A very good effort defensively for RGV. And you know, I think we can see it in the stats as well, Josh, because 10 shots for Austin, but only 2 on target. You know, that talks a little bit about the pressure that RGV has been able to put on Austin defensively.
Austin Bolt possessing the ball majority of that first half, but it very much felt like that really started in the first 30 minutes before RGV settled in and started to regain possession, and then they created a little bit more opportunities. They had a great chance on the first opportunity by Asakar, and then they finish it off with the goal by Kyle Edwards. You got to wonder if that momentum is going to carry over, especially with Austin Bolt. You know they're going to start creating chances here in the second half as they know that they need to come up with 3 points.
Absolutely. The first 10 to 15 minutes of the second half, once again, are going to be very important for RGV. They have to stay organized. They have to understand that Austin is going to be very aggressive. Josh, they're going to be very aggressive. But if they stay compact defensively and then they look for opportunities in the counterattack, which they can actually find them with Edwards and Obregon, you know, I think there's an opportunity for RGV tonight, and hopefully they take advantage of it.
You look at Rio Grande Valley, the key to them this season is they haven't played a full 90, and that's what they're going to have to do against a tough Austin Bull team. They need to be focused. They need to know that this game, they have to be on their toes and ready for whatever Austin Bull brings here in this second half.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%. You know, it's consistency. You have been trying to find it through the entire regular season. Maybe this is the night. This is the night. First 45 minutes are a very good indication.
And we know that FC Tulsa has now officially come back to defeat OKC Energy by a score of 3-2. You have to wonder if you're a head coach, Marcelo Serrano, if you told your team that at half, and see if that's another motivator to get your team going.
Yeah, that's a little bit tricky because that adds pressure. There's no doubt about it. And you are already facing a very good RGV team, especially after what they have been doing tonight. So it's interesting. And either way, you came here with the idea of getting 3 points, right? So, you know, I think you have to make some adjustments early on if you're Austin. And then maybe if you need extra motivation during the hydration break, listen, guys, Tulsa did their thing tonight and they got 3 points. We have to do at least the effort to get 3 points as well.
Josh Toll and Jose Rodriguez with you for this one as we're excited for this next 45 minutes as Rio Grande Valley looks for their first win of the season. in their first in 347 days as this is played over to Edwards, but cut out in the air. And now this one played wide. And this one played into Adams. Kibato coming near side. Played in, but no one there for Austin Bold as Martinez will lay it back for Carter Manley. Manley in at the center back position. Hoffman at the right back position tonight. Only used to see Manley outside, and Hoffman you'll see up front. And now Watson saying that he was clipped on the shin.
Well, and you know, the referee, he needs to call that foul because that's exactly what Watson did towards the end of the first half. And they showed him a yellow card for that foul. So, you know, you have to call that.
And here is Watson as he drops it back. Slow pass, so chance here for RGV and then given right back. Osokar had a chance as he was trying to work his way inside, but just couldn't get by the defender.
Well, you have to give a lot of credit to Juan Carlos Azócar because he came ready to play, right? It didn't matter to him that this is his first game and RGV is looking for his first win. They're sitting in last place in the group. He came ready to play. And you have to give a lot of credit, shown the effort, shown the intensity, and show the mentality that he wants to bring to this team.
And now Soto trips up Martinez. This game got very chippy in the first half. And now Soto will get a lecture.
Yeah, there's a little bit of touch there. But how about Hoffman?
It's a great little back pass. Gets his heel on it. Seeing some of the creativity from the youngster. Adams. Hine will play it out to Adams. Watson working his way towards the end line. Good tackle there by Coronado. First corner, though, here of the second half will go in favor of Austin Bold.
Good effort once again from Coronado. And just throughout the entire regular season, we have seen a lot of progress from Coronado individually. That's great to see.
Coronado with his 11th start this evening as this ball is played in towards the 6. Edwards once again there. He's been crucial on these corner sets as this is played back but not out. Forbes just wide, and that's one. If Forbes sends it on frame, he's going to make it tough. He has 6 goals to lead Austin Bold.
Yeah, absolutely. Look for Billy Forbes to be aggressive in the second half. We talked about the 10 shots from Austin, only 2 of them on goal. This time, once again, it's off target. But look out for Billy Forbes. Too much room, to be honest, on that shot.
You get Forbes that ball once again. There's a good chance he's going to put it on frame. Very rarely does he miss like he did that time. Kibato. Coronado. Sis. Soto plays it out wide to Tomasi. Tomasi looking for Soto on the overlap. Martinez. Stepping in front of Edwards was Jermaine Taylor, but could not keep it in play.
Very good RGV moving the ball out of the back. We look very comfortable. You know, that's something that talks about the work from Gerson Echeverry. It's not easy to teach, especially a young team, how to move the ball out of the back. cleanly to limit the mistakes. So, you know, that's very good to see.
There was just too much weight on that pass for Hoffman. Okugo. Troncoso back to Okugo. Jamaican Watson plays it over to his Jamaican countryman Taylor. Tomase shielding away Manley. Over to help his Hoffman. Into the area. Forbes. Sis. Soto. Tomase right there again is Hoffman. Hoffman doing a good job adjusting that right back position.
Not a lot of movement from Tomasi on the left side for Austin. Look for that to change. If not, he's probably going to be one of the options coming out of the bench.
Dioff. Forbes, that one off Martinez. Sis. Soto. Somehow that stays in. Soto controls. Watson splits through, but right there is Manley, and that's going to be forced out on the inline. Corner once again for Austin Bold.
Yeah, very good read from Manley, although not a good touch on the ball. Could have done better controlling the ball and preventing the corner kick.
Did a good job at reading that pass, but like you said, just too much weight. Now another opportunity here on the corner for Guadarrama. Near post. Flick back, and Ian goes up to get that.
Oh boy. What a good effort from the header from Tomasi. That's a good ball from Sony. It's Taylor in the end. With the flick. Very interesting, very creative.
And a solid performance tonight. Second straight start as he plays this back to midfield. 5 saves in the loss against San Antonio. Stopped everything so far tonight that Austin Bold has sent on target. 2 saves for Ein as he'll play this away with the left foot. Guadarrama. Soto. Soto will switch sides. Okugo. Okugo, another one of those players with MLS experience for Austin Bold. Veteran experience and plenty of players that have been in this position where they've trailed 1-0 in a game that they know they need 3 points. Right now, calm and collected here. Tomasi stays on his feet. Forbes couldn't bring that ball down. Edwards. Martinez works his way down the touchline, now leaves it. Murphy.
Beautiful.
Kibato charging up. Say Dioff just read that pass. Guadarrama looking for Forbes. Adams mistimed that initially, but was able to recover to play it out past the touchline.
Well, you know, it's a great start to the second half. First 10 minutes, both teams are going for it. If you're Austin, maybe you still don't have that sense of urgency, but you don't want to force the issue as well. And if you're RGV, You're moving the ball around when you have it. It's just a great start. Not many mistakes from either side as well.
Soto plays this in. Fine right there once again. Fine does not hesitate for those balls in the air. If he can grab them, he'll go after them. You'll see those differences between keepers. Some you'd like to punch those away, but if you can get your hands wrapped around that ball, you might as well take that chance. Kibato. Obregon. Sokar. Martinez lines it up on the ground, and Restrepo knocks it away. Obregon plays it in. Edwards. Oh, and it just hops into the arms of Restrepo. That was an excellent chance missed by Rio Grande Valley.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful from RGV. Look at Obregon and Sokar holding on to the ball, now looking for Martinez, takes the shot. There's a slight deflection as well. Restrepo unable to hold on to the ball. And it's Obregon who had the opportunity to take the shot on goal as well.
Forbes plays it in. Adams right there, though, for RGV. What a second goal that could have been for Kyle Edwards. Diagonal ball. Obregon. He's created chances tonight. Just couldn't thread that one through. You're seeing that chemistry, though, between Obregon and Kyle Edwards continue to build here through the course of this later part of the season.
You're absolutely right, Josh. And as we were talking to Coach Echeverri, he talked about, playing for the fans as well. Giving them a reason to come back next year. Maybe this year things are not going well. But I think with the performance that they're putting out there, they're sending an invitation for not only RGV fans, but soccer fans in the area. You can come and watch good soccer here with RGV, and what they're showing tonight, I think it's probably the best what we have seen in 2020.
Rio Grande Valley looking for that first win of the year, as we will now have our first substitution of the match. And it will come for Austin Bold. Cian McFarlane will make an appearance. He was Team of the Week last week, as he will replace Jorge Troncoso.
Well, with McFarlane, he's a little bit more aggressive within that.
McFarlane, one of those 4 Jamaicans on this Austin Bold squad.
Number 2, Jorge Troncoso.
Thompson, Javon Watson, and Jermaine Taylor being the other 3, as now we will see another sub as Quintanilla will come in. Substitution brought to you by Delilah's Tamales. So Quintanilla in, as now Austin Bold has made the first move, and now the question is, how does RGV respond to the fresh legs? And of course, Coach Echeverri, when are we going to see his first sub?
Yeah, now it's the time to decide, if you're Coach Echeverri, what you want to do, because it's hard to bring players in that have fresh legs, but that they're not going to maintain the level of play that we have seen so far. That's the challenge for a coach.
Can always change up that rhythm that you've built up through the course of the game. Like you said, that's one of the challenging parts, and that's why he gets paid the big bucks.
Right, and now, remember, they have been off for a while now, so, you can only go for so long when you don't have that rhythm of play that you're used to when you're playing regularly. So it's only normal that players are going to start, to feel a little bit tired, especially as we move past the 60th minute.
Watson. There you see McFarlane making his way forward. And now we will have a substitution once again. And now we will see the first for RGV, as Garza will come in. And Garza will replace Juan Carlos Asoka.
Toro substitution, number 10, Victor Garza. For number 25, Juan Carlos Asoka.
Yeah, it's absolutely right to give credit to what Juan Carlos Asoka has been able to do tonight in his first game with RGV. A lot of effort, very important player moving forward for this organization. And, you know, you can see the cross coming in. You can already tell.
The missed touch, but then Watson just sends it into the stands.
Yeah, talk about a missed opportunity. Plenty of room, not only to control the ball and take the shot. But going back to Asoka, you know, he's a player that's going to help a lot this team. He's only 25 years old, but he made his pro debut, like we mentioned, when he was 16 years old. He has 9 years as a pro, not only in Venezuela, which is a very good league, you know, in South America. So, you know, he's going to be a big part of this team.
But you look at what he did tonight. He had that great opportunity on goal, just could not get in the upper right corner. And then we see him track back defensively numerous times tonight to help out on the other side.
And you can already see the connection with Obregon and Edwards. You know, it doesn't look like this was his first game with RGV.
Kibato plays to Obregon. Murphy. That pass intercepted by Okugo, but gives it right back. And right now just trading turnovers. Adams will just play that all the way down and regroup.
And talking about opportunities, Josh, we talked about opportunities for several players from RGV, but you know, we can add to that list Victor Garza on his second match of the year, and he played 8 matches in 2019. So you get an opportunity. If you think about it, having 10 matches in 2 seasons is not exactly what you want, but right now you're on the field, your team is playing well, and you have an opportunity to contribute. So it's going to be very interesting what Victor Garza brings to this game.
Martinez at midfield, looking for Obregon. Chance here if Obregon can catch up. This should be a corner though. That one played off of McFarlane. McFarlane cannot keep it in play as it rolled out past the end line. And now Martinez will head to the far corner for an HEB corner.
And obviously you have to look inside the box for Adams, Edwards, Murphy, Manley as well. Those are your targets.
Grande Valley looking to get their second goal of the night as Martinez lines up. Driven in and right there to Restrepo.
That's too easy for Restrepo.
Garza with his first touch. Hoffman. Now we'll have, looks like 2 more subs coming in. As Ishmael Jome will head in. And he'll replace Josue Soto.
Yeah, a little bit of fresh legs in the back line, trying to prevent some of those counter-attack opportunities that are going to start to be a little bit more frequent in the end of a match for RGV.
And now Garcia will replace Javon Watson.
And with Garcia trying to get a little bit more creative. In the middle of the field for Austin, Josh, and it's going to be very interesting because, you know, with the 5 subs that are available now, sometimes you lose a little bit of the rhythm, right? But there's no room for error tonight for Austin.
Those two substitutions brought to you by Delilah's Tamales. Four subs now used for Austin Bold. Just one so far for RGV. Interesting how head coach Marcelo Serrano used those two. The first set, a pair, and then the second one, he used a pair again. Instead of electing to bring them out one by one, as this finds the chest of Obregon. Kibato. Coronado plays it in. Nice little scoop pass. Kibato just couldn't get the touch on it. What a beautiful pass. Just unable to finish. Still in possession, though, is RGV. Coronado goes out to Obregon. With the right in that one, it looked like it hit off Kibato and found its way off the back wall past the end line.
Look at the combination. It's Coronado who starts it all. Obregon. You know, it's so simple. It looks so simple. It's so beautiful at the same time. It's unfortunate that Kibato wasn't able to take that shot on goal. He looked to control the ball, but he was right there.
Beautiful creativity that we have seen tonight here by RGV. Some great combination plays. This is played up, and Adams nods it down. Adams, a solid night tonight at center back. Adams has played with the New Zealand U17 and U20 team.
We talked about Kibato early on, Josh, and you know, we mentioned that he's 19 years old, but if you look at the way he plays, he doesn't look like he's 19 years old. It's very impressive from Kimbo, and you know, I think he's going to be one of those players that moving forward we're going to see him grow, and we're going to see him grow very quickly, because you can already tell that he understands the game, and he's not only good defensively but also moving forward. And like we mentioned before when we were talking about Watson, nowadays playing as a center defensive midfielder, you have to be good with the ball as well. Moving forward, you have to understand where to position yourself, not only to be effective in trying to recover the ball, but as well in trying to be an outlet for the attacker. So it's a very impressive showing as well from Kimbo Kibato tonight.
1-0 is our score. The lone goal coming in the 41st minute by Kyle Edwards, his second of the season, assisted by Isidro Martinez. That one intended for Edwards, as RGV can't possess Tomase. Right there is Hoffman once again putting pressure on Tomase. Crowd appreciate the effort there by Ian Hoffman. A little bit under 10% fan capacity tonight here at HEB Park. First home game since August 28th. When you look back at RGV coming into tonight, very little practice, just a couple of days worth. Because of course you have the two postponed games, but really it was a rough about first 15-20 minutes, but once they settled in, a much different looking team, a much more confident team here as the game has progressed.
Yeah, I think you look to, you know, to the work that you have been doing all the way back to preseason, to the fundamentals, and I think that work is paying off tonight for Gerson Echeverri and for the team as a whole, because it's hard to come back after a long break, get 2 training sessions. You know, there's no magic wand. So, you know, you have to give a lot of credit to the work that has been done throughout the year. That's why they're having this type of performance tonight.
Tomase plays it in. Sis. Tomase. McFarlane pushing into the area. Oh, he had Tomase right there. That one just snuck by the outstretched leg. Takes a deflection. Still up and then played out. Coming up was Adams to get in front of that shot attempt.
It all starts on the right side with McFarlane. That's a great ball. But no one's able to just touch the ball to put it in the back of the net. And then it's Billy Forbes once again puts the cross in. The ball bounces around and the shot that goes over the bar. It's a missed opportunity for Austin.
Corner kick, though, coming for the Bold. Jome lines up with that left foot. Near post. Headed away by Murphy. Good job there by Murphy, protecting that near post. And then you'll have the foul here against Austin. This will be a yellow card, and Ates Diaf will now go into the book.
Give a lot of credit to Martinez, who not only fights for that ball, covers the ball well and understands that contact is going to come. And right there, rather than looking for a counterattack, that is not going to work for them. Look for the foul, hold on to the ball, give your defenders a breather, and build up from the back.
McFarlane pauses. Obregon right in front of him. Garcia. Jome. And right there is, no, Adams is going to head it away. Ein right there, but Adams decided to head that one away. You got to wonder if that's a little communication, but either way, just a throw.
Yeah, a little bit of a communication issue, but you get the job done.
Garcia. Diaf just falls on over his own feet. Obregon giving chase.
Shane Beckford, Josh, looks like a good option right now for RGV. His pace, and we'll see. Maybe Gerson Echeverry is happy right now. And actually, Obregon and Edwards, they have been doing a very good job. But if you're looking for counterattack opportunities, maybe it's time to put some fresh legs on.
Just the one sub at the moment for RGV. Austin has already used 4, as there is one of them. Ishmael Jome playing it over. A chance here, and that one wide. And we will have a corner coming. Great look there.
Well, it's a great ball from Jome out of the left. And it's Quintanilla with a right-footed shot, also trying to get a PK, but I don't think there's enough.
He was leaning back as he was going to the ground, just off balance. Nothing there from RGV.
Absolutely. It's a good call from the referee. Pictures and a corner kick.
Jome. Back post. Headed up. That was a searching ball for Austin Bold, but goes for nothing. Rio Grande Valley, they've dropped their last 4 games, still looking for that first win. We will have our hydration break here. And Jose, if you're Coach Echeverry, what are you telling your RGV squad right now?
Well, you know, right now, you just have to understand where you are in the game. You're in control, you have the lead. You have to understand that your main concentration, your main effort has to be on the defensive side of things. So you have to keep the concentration, stay compact, understand that you're going to have opportunities in the counterattack, and look to hold on to the ball. That's exactly what you want to do right now. You're 25 minutes away, 15 minutes away from getting your first win of the year. You're right there. So, you know, this is the time where you have to understand you're going to be tired, but mentally you have to be strong enough to get the 3 points.
And for Marcelo Serrano, what are you telling your club?
Well, you know, it's a whole different deal for Austin. You really have to put everything out there. You know, you have to take risks. At this point, you know, it's the same. It doesn't really matter for them whether they lose by 1, or by 2, 3, or 4. They have to find that goal. So I guess this substitution with Beto Avila coming on talks a little bit about it, right? You know, they're taking out Billy Forbes, who's a little bit tired, but they understand that they have to go for that goal immediately because 1 point is probably not good enough for Austin tonight.
So Beto Avila on, Billy Forbes off. Plenty of great saves in this one from both keepers, but right now in his second start, Kyle Ein having the day so far, looking for his first shutout. Of course, still plenty more time for Austin Bold to get in this one. If you're going to the standings, Austin Bold coming into tonight was in the second spot in the standings with 19 points, but FC Tulsa got to win tonight. And like you're saying, they need to push forward, try to find at least 2 goals to keep on par with FC Tulsa.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure for Austin right now coming into the end of the match. And, you know, if you're the Serrano, you have done almost everything that you can.
Beautiful back heel to Obregon. Tripped up, no call. Went down there on the far side.
So there was advantage on the play. But listen, I'm not 100% sure that there was no foul on Obregon.
It was very close. It looked like he was clipped from the heel. Set piece though here for Rio Grande Valley. You look at their first goal, their only goal, that came off a set piece, pretty much from this spot on the opposite side of the field. Martinez, one of the best at sending balls in. And that one off Jome. You had Manley right there. You also had Obregon. Edwards was lurking as well.
Yeah, it was another good ball from Martinez.
If that doesn't hit off the leg of Jome, one of those 3 players with a great chance. Rio Grande Valley looking for that first win, but up next for them, they have OKC Energy Saturday at 8 p.m. Meanwhile, for Austin Bold, they will host San Antonio. Of course, San Antonio, one of the best teams, not just in Group D, but in all of the USL. They just have 2 losses on the season, as we will have Jonathan Jimenez come in for Kyle Edwards, the goal scorer.
Well, you know, it has been a challenging game for Kyle Edwards, not only because he's the main guy offensively for RGV, but because he did a lot defensively as well. You know, in set pieces, running back and forth. So, you know, he's tired. And once again, counter-attack opportunities in the last 10 minutes of the match are going to be there for RGV. So, very good read from Gerson Echeverry. We'll see if Jonathan Jimenez can be aggressive enough to take advantage of those opportunities.
Edwards will head off now. Second straight game with the goal, as Jonathan Jimenez will trot onto the field. There you have a little grab by Jimenez around the back of Jermaine Taylor. Jimenez making his 8th appearance of the year for RGV.
And one of those players as well, Josh, that we have been talking about in their first year, selected in the 2020 MLS draft, you know, is getting that first opportunity at the professional level. So You know, you kind of have to learn. And in 2020, with everything that's going on off the field, it's a difficult year for rookies.
I also like it. Old school look with the jersey tucked in. Garza to his left foot. Plays it back looking for Jimenez. Jimenez tripped up, and that is going to draw the foul against Austin Bold. Avila, the one that commits the foul just on the edge of the area.
Yeah, it's a bad giveaway in the middle of the field. Garza takes advantage, moves the ball onto the right side. Okugo unable to clear the ball away. Just a slight touch that slows the ball down a little bit. That actually helps Avila to look for that ball and prevents Jimenez from taking the shot.
Just inches away from a possible penalty, but now a dangerous kick coming here from just outside the area.
Plenty of options as well from RGV, Coronado, Obregon. I'm surprised Martinez is not close to this ball after what we have seen on set pieces from him.
Great chance for that second goal and to build some breathing room. Restrepo aligning the wall. Obregon!
Good effort. And the Honduran, right-footed shot, gets the ball past the wall. Just a little bit of target.
Jome. The captain, Taylor. Garcia. Rio Grande Valley has dropped 12 straight games, the most in club history. Looking to end that streak tonight. Corner kick here. Or are they going to say that did go off Austin Bold? So now a goal kick. You can hear the crowd tonight. First game with fans.
Great effort from Coronado. The timing was absolutely perfect. And you know, it's great to hear the fans being part of this game. They understand that the team has been fighting all year long to get that first win. And they recognize the moment.
You can hear the cowbell, you can hear the horns. Joe comes near side to Tomase. Tomase plays it in with the right. Headed on, but just left of the frame. Great opportunity there by Quintanilla.
You know what? I think you have to give a lot of credit to RGV tonight. We haven't seen much from Austin, especially inside the box. The strategy has worked so far as we see the header from Quintanilla just wide. But the strategy has worked for RGV, you know, limiting Austin, a very aggressive team, to basically no opportunities inside the box. It's something hard to do.
Especially when you have a goal scorer like Billy Forbes out there, Ates Diop.
Right.
Both relatively quiet this evening. Forbes has already been subbed off in this one.
Well, this Austin team, you know, they have scored 28 goals, right? And if you look at the numbers, the statistics for RGV, they have allowed 26 goals this year.
Tomas, a chance there, still loose. The shot in that one goes well over. RGV was out of position there, and it looked like Tomase would have a great look, but the Toros able to recover.
Yeah, it's a missed opportunity if you're Austin. First, it's a good combination in the middle. Coronado is right there once again, and then the opportunity for McFarlane.
Coronado, an excellent game tonight for Rio Grande Valley. And also talk about that with Kyle Adams there on their back line.
Yeah, listen, it's hard to choose a man of the match tonight. You could
go with
Edwards, goal scorer. You can go with Azúcar as well. Very good game. Defensively, Coronado, Edwards. I mean, Martinez as well.
This one drop back, and Restrepo plays it away. RGV looking for their second clean sheet of the year. It would be Hines first. The other goalkeeper to get one was Paul Blanchette. You have to think Austin Bold's going to start pushing more players up here as we're 5 minutes away from stoppage time. Of course, we'll have a few minutes added on into this one. RGV looking to hold off the threat from the Bold. Kibato drawing the foul on that by Omar Sis.
Talk about Kibato as well. Great game in the middle of the field. Hoffman on the right side, adjusting. You know, usually we see him playing more in an offensive role, offensively a little bit more active, but defensively tonight, very good out of the right back position.
Passing has been excellent for Rio Grande Valley. They've created some great combination play.
I think they have done everything right to get that win tonight, but you still have to close out. We were talking about it early on, how you had a wonderful game, a great game for 70, 80 minutes. But in the last 5 minutes, you have one mistake and that's enough. So you have to close out the game.
Last two games postponed for RGV. The last time they played was September 5th against San Antonio. It's been a long time coming as they've waited for this moment, and they're hoping with just a few minutes remaining that they're going to come up with their first win of 2020. Tomasi. Garcia. Okugo. To Jome. Sent in, and there, played away, and just tapped over. Jome, though, back in possession. Jome tripped up, and they're saying no penalty, and this will be a goal kick.
That was so close. That was so close, Josh. Jome is able to control the ball, moves past Garza. I don't know if that's enough contact. Oh, I think it's a good call. Just a little bit of contact from Hoffman, but not enough to send Jome to the ground. But it was very close, no doubt about it.
Well, you have to catch your breath on that one when you see Jome go down. Just hoping that the referee did not point to the spot. Especially when you talk about going nearly 90 minutes without a major mistake. As this is played in, and a chance here to keep it in, and they will. And Bull now with the opportunity. Jome curling and just wide. Great hustle by Tomase to keep that ball alive. Jome with an excellent look. Had time to set up that shot.
Yeah, it's a good shot from Jome. In the end, a little bit of pressure as well from Garza. Maybe 1 or 2 seconds late, but in the end, the shot goes wide. Very good Jome coming into the match late in the second half, but having an impact moving forward from the left back.
This foul is going to go against Garcia. Adams plays it in. Martinez heads it forward. Flick back. 6 minutes of stoppage time added on. Our stoppage time presented by Kappa.
Six minutes that are going to probably feel like 35 minutes or 36 minutes for RGV fans.
Hard tackle there by Kibato. Tomasi, solid game for him tonight. That one off of Villa, hit him right in the stomach. Villa out of Hutto, Texas. 19-year-old able to get up. Garza working his way down the touchline. Jome there, Okugo as well. Jome will play it into Restrepo. McFarlane working his way up. And right there, Coronado.
Once again, Coronado on the left side. McFarlane first is able to move past Obregon, but Coronado, you know, that adjustment defensively as a left back, it's very tricky because sometimes you have to trust the midfielder to make the tackle for you.
Good tackle there by Kibato. McFarlane plays it in. That one just went over Okugo. RGV able to clear it away for a moment. Sis. Numbers up for Austin Bold as they look for an equalizer. McFarlane looking to send another one in, this time with the left foot. And Jome was right there. Goal kick for Ein.
Well, you know, throughout the match, Austin, they have been able to create opportunities out of the wing, but the crosses coming in, they haven't been as effective. And, you know, you have to give credit defensively to RGV, but as well, if you're Austin, you have to recognize that that is not working for you and maybe try something else, right?
Just a couple minutes remains here in stoppage time as Rio Grande Valley looks for their first win in 347 days. Last win coming on the final game of 2019 against Portland Timbers 2. Obregon. Garza to Hoffman. Hoffman to the corner. He'll milk some more time. Garza weaving through. Now he'll head to the corner. Tomasi. Sis.
You know, there are little things in a football match or soccer game. Hoffman running back after that play, you know, that's something that puts a lot of value to his effort tonight.
Little back heel flick. Quintanilla was there, just could not get a hold of the ball. He had a little bit of room to work with, too. If he's able to gather that at his feet and turn, maybe he can get a shot attempt on. But things going in favor right now for Rio Grande Valley. 60 seconds remains as Rio Grande Valley looks for that first win.
What a moment for this team.
It's been a long time coming, to say the least.
And what an effort as well, you know, to do it against a team like Austin, fighting for a playoff spot. You know, this is a special night for RGV. They haven't had many this year.
Yeah, I think one last run here coming for Austin Bold as they try to level things up in stoppage time. Restrepo up near midfield.
This is it, Josh.
Have to hold on for these final 15, 30 seconds. Restrepo plays it in to the spot. Headed away by Adams. The volley. And that's going to find its way wide. And they're going to say a corner kick here for Austin Bold. And now Garza handed the yellow card. He was not happy with that. He thought this was a goal kick.
I have to agree with Garza. We'll take another look here. It's Edwards.
I don't know who that got.
Maybe Joan. Maybe that ball hit Joan.
Kibato was there, but it didn't look like it hit off the body. Now Joan sends in the corner. Restrepo out, giving chase. The keeper sends it in. Can't get good clearance on it. Jimenez. Fans want an open net. They are looking for a late goal here. Jimenez still with a chance here to add a second goal. Jimenez tripped up.
Penalty.
And that will go for a penalty. You can hear the crowd getting into it. They wanted that second goal. They knew Restrepo was at the other end of the field. And now Jimenez has earned his team a penalty.
Oh, what an effort from this team. This is beautiful. It's great to see. It's Jimenez. There's the tackle. No doubt about it. It's a penalty kick.
And now Rio Grande Valley looks to put this one to bed as Obregon steps up to the spot. Hard-fought game. And now Obregon looks to add to the goal total. And Obregon puts it in the top corner and puts this one to bed. RGV is going to have their first win of 2020.
It's the day RGV fans have been waiting for. And it's going to be 3 points. A little bit of punta from Honduras. For the young Honduran, the goal scorer, Obregon, very well taken penalty. And what a night for RGV. Look at the celebration.
Dance, you got to celebrate on that as Obregon gets his second goal of the season, coming in stoppage time from the spot. Rio Grande Valley with a 2-0 win tonight against Austin Bold. They'll get their second shutout of the season. You got to think all Austin Bold will do is tap this one in, and then you have to think there will be the whistle. We'll have to hold off for a second, so celebration on hold at the moment. Tomasi looking for Jome. And there is the final whistle. And it's been 347 days, but Rio Grande Valley has their first win of the year.
Unbelievable. It's just an unbelievable performance. It was very hard to imagine a game like this one for RGV tonight, Josh, after everything that they have been going through, not only in the past few weeks, but throughout the year. to put this type of performance, you know, it's amazing and it's great to see. And I think it talks a little bit about the effort from Gerson Echeverry and his players. Beautiful night. They deserve to celebrate.
Well, they have battled through adversity, and finally it pays off as they get the victory 2-0. And you look at this one, 2 goals. As we'll take a look at the man of the match tonight, Kyle Edwards. He had the first goal in this one.
Yeah, and you know, he put it all out there. You know, when you talk about the effort defensively, you talk about the goal, of course, but you know, he was very important for this team moving forward. A good ball from Martinez, and just, you know, putting it all out there. The collision, it didn't really matter. He wanted to score, and that goal was key to getting the 3 points tonight.
That man of the match presented by Nature Valley. We'll take a break. We'll be back with highlights and stats for you when we return. Rio Grande Valley with a 2-0 victory over Austin Bold.
DHR Health is now safer than ever and continues to remain focused on one thing: providing exceptional care to our patients and community. No other hospital is trying harder to keep you safe. We're taking every action to ensure your safety with enhanced precautions, including 3 off-site COVID-19 units. Your health should never wait. Don't delay your health care. There is no reason to. Schedule your appointment today. DHR Health. For you, for life.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow.
Creating more jobs.
And more opportunities for all of us.
Working together.
Together.
We do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
At Bird Ogden and Fiesta dealerships, we continue to make our facilities safer. We are using hospital-grade disinfectants to sanitize customer waiting areas. We are sanitizing every vehicle before and after each use. Safety is our top priority. Together, we will get through this.
Welcome back. Rio Grande Valley gets their first victory, 2-0 over Austin Bold, as we take a look at the highlights from the 90 minutes of play between these two clubs.
Well, plenty of excitement tonight for RGV. You know, a good level of play as well. And it all starts with a yellow card and a foul from Watson in the middle of the field. A good ball from Martinez, and the header from Edwards. A little bit of a collision as well with Restrepo, but they were both able to recover and continue on to the match. And that was a great start, and the opportunity came for Austin. A couple of chances in this play, the ball bouncing around, but in the end, it's Murphy who's able to pass the ball to Ozucar and clear the ball away. But in the end of the first 45 minutes, we could see the level of play was getting better and better for RGV, and then we continue to see that in the second half, Josh.
A big second half for RGV as they continue. Nearly had a goal right there, but fell into the arms of Restrepo, who was on his back.
Yeah, a great effort from Restrepo as well to recover after, you know, having a little bit of trouble controlling the ball. Victor Garza in the second half enter into the match. Very aggressive as well, passing the ball to Jonathan Jimenez, a foul, borderline, very close to a penalty. The free kick from Juan Carlos Obregon, who's going to have an opportunity later on. And this is it. It's a penalty over Jimenez. As we take another look, Restrepo was on the other side of the field fighting, looking for the goal that would tie the game, but in the end, it's Juan Carlos Obregon who scores the second goal of the match that secures 3 points for RGV tonight.
You can see the smiles on the face of the RGV players. You look at the stats in this one, possession 62% for Austin Bold. They controlled possession, but RGV able to battle through that. When they got their chances, they put them away tonight.
Yeah, you know, they play very well defensively, but they play very well when they had the ball moving forward. And that's not easy to do, especially when you're not supposed to have the confidence after not winning a single match, right? So a very good showing during the 90 minutes for RGV tonight.
Ein with his first shutout as we take a look at the save of the match presented to you by Texas Gas.
Yep, this came into the first half. It was Diouf coming inside the box, taking the left-footed shot. And once again, like we mentioned before, Kyle Ein, just, you know, a key component defensively, not only because he is a very good behind his defenders, but as well he's able to recognize the movements that they need to make, especially when you don't have many experience and when you have to switch things around like we saw tonight with Hoffman playing on the right back.
Full 90 put in tonight for RGV. A great game for Kyle Ein as he gets his first shutout of the season, the second on the year for RGV, but the creativity tonight shown by RGV, the resilience by this team to get the victory tonight over an Austin Bull team who is chasing that final playoff spot in Group D. RGV with the victory, 2-0, their first win in 347 days for our crew. Jose Rodriguez, I'm Josh Toll. Enjoy your night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.